Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and I'm looking over at my monitor, whatever those kids are doing. How's everyone doing today?
Well,
good.
I'm solid, Nick.
Andy,
Yeah.
what the hell did you just drink?
It's a Reuben's Brew crushable IPA.
God, I hope so. It looked like something else from my point of view. Shadow gets it. Or at least he's the one who laughed at it.
Maybe, I mean, for all you know, maybe it was crushable
Oh, no.
IPA.
That's horrifying and horrible.
recycled
ApolloNik!
crushable IPA.
How are you doing, Apollo?
I'm doing all right. I was playing a lot of Darktide, leading
I see
up
you
to the
still
stream.
are. Look at your void you're in.
Yes, look at the void I'm in. Okay, this is bugging me. I'm going to change my camera really quick, and it's probably going to stutter the stream.
Good.
Oh.
Oh no, he's gone.
Did it break?
He's gone again.
Oh my god, it broke again.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I have to switch it back.
It broke
Bring us
again.
back to the void,
The
Nick.
void
Oh,
has
no.
the
The
void has
stream
taken
has
Nick.
crashed.
There we go. Oh, okay. I'll just have to try and not. Oh,
It's still,
Oh, there it
still
goes.
clipping your chair a little bit.
What is this?
And the dog bed.
Oh, I know what it's
Yeah,
doing. I made a
okay.
okay. I made a fort for Aurora back here, with a blanket. I'm gonna pull the.
You're
blanket.
showing us something that we literally can't see because of your
I know,
green screen. Okay.
Okay. There we go. I think it should stop. Oh no, the blanket's on the floor. So the blanket is too close to
Oh, no.
the color of my
Put
sweater.
the blanket on your lap.
Okay, I'm too hot already. All
Puts
right.
the blanket on the lap, or else it gets the hose again.
Is the room behind you so disastrous that you can't just have the auto background turned off?
I think I mean, it's not bad at all. I just have been trying to figure out this software that cleans this stuff up so that I can just like stream without it, or when I'm solo streaming, have like a 3D effect in that place.
Nice.
Kind of like how the show has like the moving starscape. Have something like that moving behind me.
This sounds fancy.
Yeah, just trying to work it.
Up next, we're kickstarting to get Nick a green screen.
I'll throw you $20 to go buy a green.
Oh my god.
My gift to you.
Aw, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and all those things. Okay. So last time you all were just doing a lot of shopping and talking to people. You escaped some pirates that as you were kind of like cutting things short, taking a shortcut around the reef at the center of the star system, or the sector. And you all have arrived at the planet of Lithios, kind of a tundra frozen planet. It's not completely covered in snow, but a lot of the land is just kind of desolate and barren. Just think like Alaska. And this is the location of many facilities that just use it for storage, use it for servers, and then there is Moonlock Securities that develops a lot of security hardware and software, and then there is Penitence Civic Services, which runs a lot of jails and prisons around the sector. This is where their headquarters are located, as well as their Supermax facility, Contrition Max Secure. And that is where Brucius Holloway, the terrorist hacker who you've been asked to break out of prison, is located, by Magno Glorio, leader of the resistance. He's given you some information about the prison, specifically that Warden Foz, who runs Contrition, likes to accept bribes, likes to just make funding in lots of different ways. And he works with the governor of the shore to lobby to have special guests from other sectors brought here so that they can make big money holding the worst of the worst in their prison. He has a captain of the guard, Captain Creel, who likes to make examples of the inmates and educate them constantly. He's a very violent man. And then finally, they are notoriously known for, or they are emerging with some new tech where they are placing prisoners in virtual reality rehabilitation programs, specially designed virtual environments for the prisoners to work on their issues so that they can integrate back into society more, quote unquote, on their website, more efficiently and effectively than any other prison system in all of United Human Space. And they have an expert, Dr. Zhu, XHU. He is a techno psychotherapist who is responsible for this new, this new kind of VR rehabilitation program. It's never been done before anywhere. So can I get from one of you, can I get a volunteer to recap what the plan is, or at least what we think the plan is so far to get Brucius Holloway out of here?
I'll field that.
Right.
Since I'm your man on the inside at this moment.
That's right.
Through a Harkaway connection, I got a job as a prison guard at PCS, and the people who work there call it Pisces. You know you got to be in the know. Lettuce is very much an anti-prison person, so he immediately is bringing in contraband for people and letting them off of their work assignments, and being pretty easygoing. And I believe the plan is to meet back up with the team and decide a heist plan to get our guy out. Maybe get our buddy Mouse out too.
Yeah, so it is while you're working there that you would realize that that Mouse, who helped you all break out of jail previously, is also located there. Most of the kind of work that they have you doing, you aren't really interacting directly with many of the inmates, or if you are, they are being held. They are in VR. They're in machines that have them in virtual reality and not interacting with you or the with reality. And you get the sense that they are in there by force. The way that other guards are talking about keeping them in VR. Some of your fellow prisoners have been yeah, sometimes, they're legally allowed an hour of outside time every day, outside time and exercise. Sometimes we just run a program that makes them think that they've been let out. One of us shows up in that reality. Or it simulates them in this room being pulled out and then walking and going out to the yard or going to the gym.
That seems like a lot of work than just letting them outside.
All I have to do is push this button. And
we don't even participate. It's the fully fake version of us in their world.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, cool. What a cool way. Yeah, more time to chill, right?
Yeah. Let the doc know if you want him to add you as a character in the sim. Or hey, if you want to go in there and help rehabilitate one of the prisoners.
What?
Imagine going to like your HVAC guy and just asking if he wants to beat the shit out of someone. Like, holy fuck.
Well, because Andy said he got a job as a guard, right?
I did. I'm a cadet right now.
Okay, I thought you were a technician. Hey, I'm just calling my AT&T cable guy to come torture some people.
So, I have a thought about how we might get our contraband in. We could. I've been talking about going in there as some kind of like expert security mop-up squad. We could get a walkabout, and using the creativity of our one and only clown as a massive distraction, and are in amongst the guards. We can kind of know where the security cameras are located. And we have two tactical minds, one a military mind and one a hacker extraordinaire, that can place bugs in their computers and like weapons or contraband for us when we want to like get in. It would give us the opportunity to either use that contraband for the like people inside, or like if we were going to break in ourselves, we would have it ready to go. Does that seem like a interesting addition to the plan, or is there something else you guys would like to do?
As long as we can get enough or a big enough like rolly case to fit me in so I can pop out and cause some chaos.
I believe that we can get you in a giant birthday cake. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
Because I'm sure that some guard on duty has a birthday that needs a clown.
It's true.
We can't just show them a person in a void with a wagging dog's tail over his shoulder.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I was a little distracted with Nova squeaking a toy. So you're going to how are you bringing this equipment in exactly?
We're gonna use Norm as a distraction, which will get me to get in some access to like the security cameras and plant some bugs. And once the bugs are in place, then we can start bringing in equipment or whatever else we need.
Oh,
Or are we just are we adding an extra step? Are we just going for it?
I thought we were.
I was thinking of doing it at the same time, but if
never
it
mind.
makes more sense in stages, then
No. Let's not.
The less complicated the plan, the better.
Yeah.
The birthday surprise only works once.
Okay.
Sure does.
So Norm is going to show up as part of a birthday surprise.
I think, sure, we can do that. Yeah.
What should reiterate what you were doing one more time for us, Greg? 'Cause I thought
Sorry.
the plan was slightly different.
It was a little bit different.
Please. Yeah.
Sorry, I got it wrong.
No, I mean, you got the nuts and bolts of it, right? Just the setup a little bit different. We have broken out of prison before. We have contacts with the mass media. If we were to present ourselves as prison like security specialists, we may be able to secure a walkabout in the prison, especially maybe with a good word from a current employee, right? During this walkabout, there's a clown who is very distracting for somebody's birthday that has shown up as well. And while we're walking through their security, he provides a distraction for us to, with the knowledge of the security cameras and whatnot from our employee on the inside, be able to plant contraband and or bugs for our pair of hackers to potentially break into the electronic side of the security. The contraband could be used ourselves or by the prisoners inside when we're ready to blow it all up.
Okay. All right. So I love the idea of as you all are discussing the plan over a meal or like in the cockpit, there's just like a montage of you all doing all of this setup and prep work and it happening. So who is let's see. Okay, so you have your contacts in the media. I think I just want to kind of hand wave like you all reaching out to them and like getting your name out there. and kind of setting up this real or fake corporation of security specialists. What's the name of this corporation that helps prisons and jails test out their security systems?
It's called Jailbreak.
Jailbreak. Excellent. Okay. And I think with your ability to hack things and falsify documents, I think that's totally plausible. I think the first role I need for the evening is Lettuce, you approaching Warden Foz, or maybe Captain Creel, your captain of the guard. Like, who are you approaching to suggest, like, hey, you know, we've got some security issues, or hey, have you considered like sourcing out testing our stuff? Like, how do you go about raising up Jailbreak Incorporated or Limited or LLC, maybe Jailbreak LLC?
I mean, you know, given that Mouse is there, I assume the story of our previous breakout is well known to these guards, and you know, I assume I could convince one of them, you know, if that guy's here, he could execute another amazing escape all by himself, just like he did back on Warren, or back on Saber. So,
Ooh.
You know,
okay.
We need to up our security around him. These guys are the ones who can do it, and you know, they'll stop it. Real quick, who's our best hacker?
I think it's not Lettuce, but instead Sunny D.
Sunny, are you able to write you know, a program for these VR rigs that are in the cells that could convince one of the guards that they stopped the breakout and they caught us and they go back to just their regular daily life as guards?
I like it.
I mean, that's very intriguing. I think Sunny will get to work on that right away.
Because I think, you know, if our escape is protected by guards who think that they're still doing their job, we can pull the wool over their eyes and they won't even know it.
So
our goal is to hook them up to the Sword Art Online hats and
put them into the Matrix. You got it.
I think it wouldn't matter what the program is at that point if they're in the Matrix, though. Right?
Well, I'm just saying, if these VR rigs are powerful enough to trick prisoners into thinking that they're going outside, and I assume they could trick like a panicky guard into thinking that they stopped a breakout and just went back to work.
Oh.
So they're going to be calm while they are also incapacitated.
I mean, if Sonny does his job right and the programming is creative enough,
it's fine. If he wants to set up the metaverse, by all means, I'll help him out too.
I mean, I like the creativity of the idea. It may be redundant, but I don't care. We're doing it.
I mean, I know that this is a group that likes to just smash walls and leave, but a quiet exit is going to be a lot easier.
Wait, so we're not going loud?
We can start loud in a small scale, get the guards who are, you know, in the moment under the rig control, and then we fuck off. They're none the wiser.
Okay.
By the time the other guards, you know, realize that that's my coworker in that cell, not the prisoner I thought, you know, we'll be off planet.
All right. So Lettuce, give me a talk check. To
This is convinced that we need a security consultant.
Correct. Yes. And sorry for all the dogs barking. I have no idea what they're barking at.
I can barely hear them. It's all good.
It looks like the stream is getting a lot of puppy.
Well, I mean, the stream deserves puppies.
That's fair. Stream, let me know if it's terribly annoying. Okay, with a 10.
How could it be annoying?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, puppies, do you want a Treato?
They beat me to it. I had to open the stream in order to find it.
I have this cookie jar. It's really a treat jar. And I bought an advent calendar for puppies from Costco, and it has just a ton of treats. So they've been getting a lot lately. But Nova, come here. Up. There you go. Aurora, come. Okay, so on a 10, yes. Who did you decide to bring this to? Captain Creel or to the warden directly?
Sorry. I had to take a bite at that exact moment. I bring it to Captain Creel, and I try to convince him that it was his idea so that he can sell it to the warden.
Okay.
Classic con man
Oh,
stuff.
excellent.
You know?
So you're going to get like no recognition, no pat on the back, no good job, no handshake.
No. I'm gonna lead him there in the conversation and say, "What a great idea, sir! Inspired." That's promotion level stuff. You wow. I mean,
yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Sunny, on the comms, the ship will receive a message addressed to Jailbreak LLC, asking for a consultation, and like you all go through the logistics of like setting up like an actual consultation. So this is going to be a paid gig. And there's like, you know, a contract signed and all that. And there is a lot of labor involved in setting this all up. You all sign like NDAs and shit. And he says, well, we're really excited for you all to come by. We've never had any consultation. You know, we buy, you know, some of the best stuff from Moonlock Securities, and they've always recommended us. But then again, there was that breakout on Saber, and that was Moonlock Securities equipment. So you can't be too careful. We have a little bit of extra money lying around. We've had, you know, big bonuses as of late. You know, so and we have a whole new system and program for our prisoners, and we're really excited for you all to test it out and see if there's any weaknesses.
You're making the right choice, man. Like, the time you get a new system is the time to test, right?
Exactly.
We're professionals. We're going to make sure everything's shipshape for you.
Yes, the virtual reality system is made in-house, so that is not Moonlock's. So we could definitely use the help. Great. And they are, you know, set a date like not too far in the future, could be like a couple days away. And you all are good to go. So you all arrive on Lithios the day of the job. Lettuce, you make sure that you're picking up like an extra shift or covering for someone to make sure that you're available if you want to be, you know, an inside man. And the crew of Sunny and Dax, Jailbreak LLC employees, arrives at the front office and is checked in. So you two are, of course, waiting, and then you give the signal, and Norm arrives right as you all are invited to come back for your consultation with the warden. Norm.
Hi.
You enter at the same time.
I think a big box is just wheeled in on a pallet or something.
Yeah. I think Norm gets delivered via giant like birthday cake.
Okay.
Yeah, or drone. There's just this huge box now, just sitting in the lobby.
So will you play the delivery person, John?
Oh shit!
The receptionist is just like,
hey,
hi. What?
Oh, I don't know. Some Galoombas told me to deliver this to this frozen Hoth planet. Can you sign this so I can get going?
Deliveries are in the back.
Oh, can you show me the way or get some guy to take me there?
Oh, there were signs.
I'm lost.
Oh dear. So are you? Is Norm trying to make it?
I think it's
just
muffled from inside of the box, just like very quietly.
Just playing with a clown horn, waiting for it.
So if you're supposed to be Dax and Sunny are about to get inspected. They have to go through the inspection process to make sure.
Oh,
Yeah. Like they're
so
gonna
I'm gonna pop out then.
Okay.
Surprise!
Oh my god. And the warden like steps through and is like, oh, dear God, what is this?
I'm your birthday clown, Mr. Warden. Happy birthday! I pulled the streamer, which just so happens to be connected to a flashbang grenade. I'm gonna start running around causing chaos.
Oh my god.
14 confetti cannons go off in under a minute.
What the fuck do you use for a flashbang roll? Well, I think the flashbang works. I just need you to, like, I don't know, sneak away or something.
I don't know if I'm trying to sneak though.
What are you?
I think while
Trying
all
to
this is going
distract
on,
everyone, right?
yeah, I think while this is going on, I step in and wave the security guys through. Warden, I'll take these guys in to start their work. You can handle this. What a gas.
Yeah, and he's gonna call to some other guards, the guards that are supposed to be working security, who are like ready there, and he's like, come with me, we're gonna apprehend this guy.
I'm too fast.
Okay. So is your goal to like run into the offices and cause chaos, or are you like leaving?
Well, I don't know how this jail is set up. This is my problem.
So there's like just a huge administrative area, like with meeting rooms and offices up front. And through the direction that Dax and Sunny are headed, like that's kind of a transition through like the security checkpoint to get to the actual, prison cells and stuff. So you've got like an office area you can cause trouble in if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna run around there.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you can't catch me.
Okay. So I'm gonna need probably an exert check from you to.
Not a perform check. I'm being a clown.
I mean, if you don't want to get caught, it's gonna be exert. Perform
What about performance strength or performance dexterity?
Ooh, okay. To be like, spray them in the eyes with a water gun, and they grab your wrist and it just like pops off.
It falls off. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like a magician's like handkerchief coming out. Okay, fine. Give me performance dex.
Okay, I'd love to. I'd love to fail.
Okay.
Guys, I think I may be going loud. So can we do a quick cutaway to what you guys are doing before I commit several homicides?
All right.
I think
yeah, go ahead.
Dex's plan is to take like good stock of the like physical layout, start committing it to memory and looking for strategic points to place arms. Right. We have multiple in the list. We have like multiple grenades, explosives that we could potentially secret away in cubbyhole spaces. And I think there are probably a good amount of weapons that at least are on my sheet that I could stow away in here, so that we could find them and get access to them rather quickly. And I think what I will do, since we've been waved in by Lettuce, I'll just kind of like whisper like kind of to the side as we're walking through, like, all right, point out where the like sensitive spots in the like security system is, so that like the dead spots, so we don't get caught. And I will have tasked the one and only Sunny D to go through the like the headspace of the prisoners, right, to see how it's set up, see if maybe he can put his bug in the system, and what he can do with that electronic side.
Okay. So you are. Oh, go ahead.
Our cover is still intact, right? So I don't even have to be like the voce. I can just be like, this is a problem area where we're vulnerable. This is a vulnerability right here.
Yeah. So, Norm unfortunately is quickly apprehended, but so the this actually might work to your advantage because the warden is not detained for long. And like Lettuce, the warden arrives back, and you're like, they check out just fine, sir. We're good to go. And he's like, great, Lettuce. What? Or maybe do you have like a made up name, or are you going by Lettuce here as well?
No, didn't we say it was something spinach, wasn't it?
Oh, I do vaguely remember this. I don't have my notes in front of me from last time.
I don't have my notes.
So I should clarify. Norm, you are detained, and the warden has instructed his officers to like cuff you in his office. So you are presently cuffed to a chair in the warden's office. And he plans to come back and deal with you himself later.
Okay.
Richie Spinach, by the way.
Richie Spinach.
Richie Spinach.
That's a great
name.
All right.
As Lettuce is leading us through, I want to try to put a line shunt into a computer terminal to give us better access when we go to hack it.
Okay. So the security checkpoint system looks to be isolated, so you can attempt to. I think you have an opportunity to just place a shunt here, given that it's just you, Lettuce, and Dax, and no one else for a moment that Norm has bought you. So you have a shunt here if you like.
Okay. I'll mark it off my sheet.
Okay. This will be different than hacking the like the VR system or other security systems. Sure. They have intentionally kept different systems isolated from one another.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, Norm, at any point, if you want to attempt to like break out or anything, definitely let me know. But what the warden is going to do is like offer, all right, sorry about the mess, sorry about the trouble. I'm not quite sure what that was. We'll be calling the authorities after I have a talk with that guy.
Indeed.
Don't know what the fuck that was about, but why don't we start with a tour? Oh, go ahead. Yes.
Well, I just, I wanted to give my advice here. I'm a security expert, after all. I have heard of diversions such as that in the main hall, from precursors to break-ins, attempt to get information. Perhaps it is very timely indeed that you have gotten our services out here.
You think that something else might be happening right now elsewhere?
Possibly. We might need to take a full dive through the entirety of the place just to make sure.
Captain Creel, if you could have your boys do a walk of the perimeter, just check, make sure nothing funny's happening. Thanks. Yes, sir. Over.
Also, warden, happy birthday.
Did you all choose his birthday for the gig?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I was excited. I thought maybe my wife sent me something, but then he pulled a flashbang on us. I'm not quite sure what that was about.
Yes, those clowns are not to be trusted. Let's take a little walk through the facility.
Okay.
I think that to display like strong knowledge and try to impress him, I'm going to point out some of the areas that Lettuce has already pointed out. Like, I noticed there's a dead zone in the cameras here. There's something that we would like to address.
Okay.
And there, there's simple access to the terminal here, and like we've already secreted away items, but the like just trying to like give an impression that we really know what we're doing.
Yeah, give me a notice intelligence check.
Notice.
What was that? Sonny is following behind Dax, like with a little mini like computer keypad. He's just typing in notes constantly as Dax is going. Oh yeah. I'm typing it in as we go.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm trying to think if notice is the thing that I would like here, but maybe it is. That works for me, I suppose.
I guess it could be.
I feel like it might be more talk, just because Lettuce has pointed out the flaws in the security system already to us.
Sure.
And in this instance, we are I don't know, like just showing off more than we are actually pointing out bad things.
Yeah, I mean, because like the chance of failure here is he is left with an impression that you all have no idea what you're doing as quote unquote security experts,
Okay.
and he might like rush this along and
Okay.
give you fewer
Yeah.
opportunities to have access to their systems. So like this is going to build trust with him to want to show you the VR system.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna go talk.
So, yeah, talk seems good.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That is an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the conversation's really flowing. He is impressed with your working knowledge, and he trusts that you all are who you say you are.
Excellent.
Yeah. You seem like you know what you're doing. Okay, so he will show you around the facility, and at one point you all will turn a corner, and there will be several robots that look like they have a very simple chassis design, 2 legs, like basically a like a really fat like broom handle for a body. But coming off of that are like 8 arms, also very long and thin, and they look like padded. These robots are designed by Moonlock Securities, you might recognize, for like, they're called Hugbots. They leap at and subdue prisoners gently. Yes. This is one of our deterrents for any type of altercation or breakout. It allows us to subdue prisoners without injury and liability.
Well, fine tech. We've definitely seen these before in other inspections. I definitely am familiar with their capabilities. How many of these do you think you have throughout the premises?
Well, we have about 200 prisoners here at this facility, and we have about 24 of these robots active at any given time, and we have 12 more in storage deactivated.
That sounds about right. We like to see a ratio of about 10 prisoners per 1 unit. So yeah, I think you're right in line there. It's good to hear. I'd like to see their disbursement throughout the facility, of course, but it sounds like you're right on track. And,
okay.
I like look meaningfully to Sunny to like make a big check mark for it.
Yep, I do. Like, how do you maintain autonomy of all these robots at the same time?
They all run on VI programs. We've worked with Moonlock to set up, various, patrol algorithms, as well as like response programs if we hit the emergency button. We can, indicate the location of any types of altercations and areas that they're to patrol and immediately, hug any prisoners on site to detain them.
Just a quick follow-up. What protocol do you have in place to identify prisoners versus guards?
Guards all have badges in their work jackets.
Excellent.
And Lettuce has one just like on his shoulder.
Perfect.
Very well. Well, he will continue to show you through the facility, show you various features. There's definitely opportunities to plug in line shunts into various places. One of them includes kind of their main lockdown office, where they're able to, or I guess we would just call it the main security office, where they can see through all of the cameras. And they also have the ability to like shut down various areas of the building and like lock doors. I will take a sneak check to place a line shunt here. Sunny.
Love it. I'm all about it.
How long have I been alone in this room?
probably an hour at this point.
Holy fuck. All right. Well, sometime before waiting an hour,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut these cuffs in half with a apparently invisible knife that Tyura gave me.
Hold on. Did I say it was invisible?
You said it could camouflage itself, and
So,
I don't.
okay.
I don't know what that meant.
So what that means is it can be placed on your body, and it can like collapse and expand into its true form. And if you go through a security checkpoint, it will not be detected when it's like shifted. So like it might look like a lighter or
Okay.
A data pad or something. Like it can be masked as something else entirely. Or some sort of clown implement, if you like.
John, you had it as the insulin and blood sugar monitor attached to your side.
No,
right?
that was just a handgun. I didn't want to tell you because illusion would be.
Jesus.
Well, I'm gonna deploy the knife then, next to this handcuff and punch through the, iron or whatever it's made out of.
Yeah, I'm sure it's made out of some sort of metal material, or maybe even like a really strong fiber. But this is an amazing blade. It cuts through it no problem. You are free.
Cool. I'm going to go to the warden's phone real quick and call Sonny, and ask him what's the plan here. Are we going loud or not, dude?
I don't think that's necessary at this time. I think we need to explore other options and work through the deficiencies in said prior plan. Stay on this line if you could. I'll get back to you in maybe 10-15 minutes as soon as our tour is concluded, and then we'll conduct our other business after this job is done. Thank you.
Okay.
Does the warden think that you're the business owner, Sonny?
No, I'm the secretary. Dax is the big business owner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know how like a specialist has like their area of expertise, but they don't know how to do anything else, right? Like I'm the like movie star swaggering about, like talking out of my ass about different security systems, and he's like handling insurance. He had all our contact information. He's the one they probably talk to every time on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Like
I completely understand, says the warden. And the camera will cut back over to the warden's desk with his data pad like seated there, and a sticky note, or the futuristic equivalent, with his password on it.
Wonderful.
Norm is looking right at it, and he's just like, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do all that shit. But god damn it, Andy, why are you messaging me on Discord?
I was just
Okay. John has to have an out of character moment for a team. Are we not actually doing the prison break? Are we just setting up for that right now?
I thought we were just setting up for it currently.
I thought we were doing it.
I think we're doing it. We're waiting for a vulnerable moment where we can subdue a couple guards, get their badges, and fuck off.
I think we're trying to locate Brucius. After we locate Brucius, then we can execute our plan.
Okay.
What were you thinking, Greg? Were you thinking do this
that
and then
works.
come back?
I think the sped up timeline makes some sense. I'm for it.
But if John's at the computer with the password on a fucking post-it note, he can.
Yeah, that's true. Like
help us
John
get
can
a
do
lot of
all
info.
kinds of things from that office. Yeah.
Mhm.
I do things in the office. What is there anything cool that I can feed Sonny right now?
Okay, so you pull up the warden's data pad. He is a very organized man. There is not much on his desktop, just a couple of folders and programs and various things. His calendar and his emails, basically, messages are all here. They are open. Are you going like? So basically, you could access the files for the prison you could look through his like personal email, and by personal I mean work email. You also have access to various like programs that that they use to run the prison. Is there anything in particular you are like your attention is drawn to, or that you're trying to achieve?
I want to forward all emails to Sonny.
Oh fuck.
That way, he gets everything then, and I'm sure that'll take a minute or two
Okay.
to like check all those boxes and then CC the burner address that is Sonny's thing on the ship, and then we can leak information or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I might just keep the data slate, so maybe that's a little useless. But my goal specifically is to look for like any massive security breaches or like an off switch for the VI stuff.
Ooh.
That way we can potentially get a riot going as a bunch of people who are locked up in a single, I assume, chamber. I don't think they'd be in their cells, right?
As a point of order, since I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. I've done it now. Sorry. Instead of all this weapons and armor from the things that were purchased in bulk at the end of last session, are we just hiding our equipment basically during our walkthrough so that we're ready to go loud?
I thought so.
Okay. That
Yeah,
works for me.
Okay.
Is there any like very easy exploitable things that I can do from this office?
Okay.
Or is it all outside of it?
So you're a little unfamiliar with some of like the programs that they use, or like the software that they're using as a business. So I'm gonna need an administer check from you to like quickly go through the programs and kind of figure out what's what.
What would you say that is? Intelligence, wisdom?
Probably intelligence.
All right. 8.
Okay. So you're going through the various programs. A lot of it is just, like it is very administrative. So it's got like scheduling, it's got notes and information, records of all the prisoners. So that might be valuable to you in terms of like knowing who's here, altercations that they've had, and other information. There's like a budgeting software. And then you find the security program where you have the ability to remotely send kind of commands regarding lockdown procedures.
Is that 2 people or is that automated?
Ooh. You can send so you have the ability to send prompts to the security office to initiate lockdowns, which is kind of like a 2-factor authentication with people. Like you as the warden send a request to the security office, and then they can approve it immediately. Or you find that if you can if you can enter a password, you have the ability to initiate that like by yourself and kind of override any other need for.
Is the password the same password as the login?
Do you try it?
Kind of wanna. I'll hold off for now.
Okay.
Ooh. I guess I'll just kind of wait in the corner, like right next to the door, with knife out in one hand and open data slate in the other, and then just with Sonny on the other end with the phone up, so I can like hear what they're doing.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for a signal to do something.
All right. Apollo.
Yes.
Is it safe to say that is there anything Sunny or Lettuce you want to do in this walkabout that we're doing that we haven't done yet?
I'm clear at this point. Unless we have a way to locate Brucius. That's why we're here.
Well, that was going to be feel free to jump in, Andy. But I was going to say, Apollo, maybe we just montage our way through the walkthrough.
Yes.
And we arrive at like finding Brutus or Brucius.
Brucius. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, sorry, I interrupted you. Was there anything else?
Well, as we feel free to set the scene and then come back to me, and I want to like do a flashback and kickstart this.
Okay. So, the warden is keen on saving the best for last, showing off the really cool program of this. You keep calling it a walkabout, and I would call it like a walkthrough. Like he's showing you all their stuff before your like week-long consultation where you'll be spending a day on each important system and writing up a report and presenting it by the end, blah blah blah, as consultation work goes. A walkabout to me is more of like a spiritual journey. Like go into the outback of Australia and have a walkabout, find yourself. But the warden, after a nice lunch that he treats you to, eventually he takes you to like the lab where Dr. Zhu works. And you can see that they have on a screen here in this lab monitors with, again, they're like the CRTVs we saw at the college. And they are monitoring all these different rooms that have basically the Matrix jack-in point. Or, John, what was your reference? The Sword Art Online headsets.
Yeah.
So they have different rooms, and there are many prisoners strapped in with VR headsets. And next to each monitor of these various rooms is, in fact, a monitor with a rendering of the prisoner in virtual space. And so the warden is going to introduce you to Dr. Zhu, and Dr. Zhu, who is much less charismatic and trips over his words a lot like I do, explains a bit of the basic workings of this virtual reality software. And Dr. Zhu introduces himself as someone who used to work for Wacom. And basically what he explains is that he is using some of Wacom's proprietary research, some stuff that they didn't get, what's the word that I'm looking for? They didn't get a patent on it. And he has found a way to work around and use some of their research to use these neon tubes that are in each of the rooms to simulate a virtual space.
Public domain.
What's that?
The
Public
root of all
domain.
evil. Public domain.
Is not patented and open for use from other people. I don't know if it's different in the tech world, but that's what it is in the IP world.
Well, says Dr. Zhu, I was on the team that made a lot of the initial breakthroughs at Wacom, and I found work elsewhere. It was a good time for me to leave, and I was excited to take that technology and see what else I could do with it. Rather than augmented reality, I have put it to good use in virtual reality.
Sonny will act incredibly interested and try to encourage him to give some small details while Dax does whatever he needs to do.
All right. So having located Brucius in this group, I want to flash back to the planning stage of this whole thing. And I have a bounty hunter contact named Chonzek that I contacted to appear as an antagonistic force against this raid. And I'm going to pin the clown appearance on them. And in one of the one of the hideaways that we have, instead of my combat rifle and body armor, there is one demo charge that has been set up ready to blow a hole in the wall. And about this time, I'm going to click the demo charge. It explodes, and part of the things that it says is it damages all within 20 meters, but it can blow a hole in a reinforced wall. And as this happens,
nice.
This is the signal for Chonzek and his boys to harry the place. And knowing that I set this off in the panic that ensues, this will act as a trigger for the rest of the boys to act.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I elbow the warden right at the base of the back of his head to knock him out.
Okay, give me a punch, please. And I need to find my...
Do I get a modifier since he's distracted?
Yeah, I think the explosion has caught him completely off guard. Take +1.
And then is this strength or dexterity?
It's probably strength if you're trying to knock him out. Okay.
Hit him again.
So you hit him in the back as the explosion goes off. Like the alarm system goes off immediately. Norm, you see an alert pop up in the corner, like a little Windows alert. Doo-doo-doo.
I hit it.
Pops up, and it's like there's an explosion in the facility. And there, like, you can click on that and it'll bring up a window like with all your options of what to do in the security system. Lettuce, you smack him, he goes down, he's not knocked out, and he goes, "What is the meaning of this?" And he like goes to grab a gun on his side.
I grapple and put him into a sleeper hold.
Okay. Give me another punch, please.
I hope some of my coworkers are taking out Dr. Zhu.
I think as this goes on, I'll be like, "Doctor, hurry, quick, let's find someplace safe." And I'll start pushing him in a direction and wait till he goes to a locked door. And then as soon as he goes behind it, I'll shove him through and then lock the door and then
Swipe the badge, swipe the badge, swipe the badge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to grab his badge off him too.
Yeah, Dr. Zhu is meek. He's scared. You can just wrestle him into a closet and take his badge. He is not going to be able to put up a fight, even if he even understands what's going on.
I assume there's some number of guards in the room.
No, not immediately in the room. There are some outside, however.
I'm gonna pop outside and I'm going to yell at them authoritatively. I'm gonna command half of them to jump in. We have a traitor amongst your ranks. Help your commander. You lot, come with me. The clowns got the whole system down. We gotta go now. And I have them follow me so that I can like hide in their badges as we rush towards where my gear is located.
Okay.
Okay, what are my options real quick?
Okay, so you click on the little pop-up alert, and it basically brings up a map of the entire facility, and it like there's red lines along the wall where the explosion was. That you can see that like all of the doors surrounding that entire area have been locked down immediately, and that various hug bots have been activated in the quadrants, like surrounding the explosion. Cameras are little feeds are also popping up of this Chonzek and his crew lighting up the place. What does that look like, Dax? Like, what did you ask them to do after
they're harrying the place, right? So yeah, they're just like, an explosion has taken place, and I have come to an agreement with some nefarious favor to them to be paid later to like provide the distraction. So he and a few boys are like harrying the outside, maybe taking out any drones, and they're just gonna stay there until like a show of resistance, and then GTFO on some motorcycles or something.
Okay, so you can see a feed like active shooting threat, calling local authorities, or
Can I stop that? Is there like any X buttons or a false alarm button?
It says notifying authorities right now. And you click that, and you're like, no, cancel that. And it says, please confer with local authorities. And it has placed a call with the cops in this system.
Can I answer?
No, like it connects you immediately, like with someone from like what is it, like ADT, home security.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you suddenly are talking to someone with like the local cops, and they're like, this is Shore law enforcement. We got an alert here, Warden, that the facility is being attacked.
No, we had a pipe burst. It must have triggered a false alarm. I'm lying through my teeth.
Oh, interesting. We didn't get the pipe burst alert.
You have a pipe burst alert?
Yeah. You know, these Moonlock security systems, they know when any time, like they know all the different emergencies.
You're telling me I can't have clear CCTV, but you know when my pipes burst?
Triple down.
It
is operating number. He's lying to you.
Never mind. I'm getting distracted. We're having a glitch in our system.
Give me a
Don't
talk
worry.
check, John.
False alarm.
Give me a talk check, please.
All right. That's got to be wisdom, right?
Talk wisdom or charisma would be fine.
God, I'd love to do
good.
A
I was gonna say
9.
DC 8 or 10. All right. Well, we can still send someone by to check on everything if you like.
No, we're good.
All right. Very well. We'll write it in the logs that you requested us to stand down.
Thank you.
Have a great day, Warden.
You too.
Thank you for choosing Moonlock. It's a no.
Okay.
Yeah. You just and thank you. Hang up.
Oh.
All right.
Backup's not coming.
Pew 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 pew.
Sick.
Various shuttles are laying down fire onto the building from outside. Hugbots have been activated to just basically tackle anyone who is not an employee in that area, but to stay clear of the room where there's an explosion. And guards are basically like rushing to take their posts. But Dax, you have ordered to like follow you.
Yes.
I'm gonna need a lead check from you.
Okay, absolutely.
You ordered some to come into the room with us too, right?
I did. I ordered, like, there was a group, so I was like, half into the room, half come with me.
Okay.
As kind of a like taking charge moment,
Yeah.
right? So I didn't come off as like not on their side. And then my hope is that, you know, with 2 of my allies in there, they can handle them, or I can come back for them.
Okay.
We can.
You want lead? Absolutely.
Okay. There are 4 of them.
So yeah, 2 and 2, right?
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. No, that's a 7 with my lead. Unless I can get a +1 for some reason.
I don't know. This is pretty badass and pretty bold and daring. I would give you a +1 here. So that's an 8.
All right. That would be an 8. Yeah.
Okay. So drawing their weapons, 2 of them begin to walk past you towards the door where Lettuce and Sunny are, and the other 2 are like, lead the way.
All right. I have them follow me like back towards the explosion, right? My goal here is to like be between them so that the bots don't grab me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as we race up there, I'm gonna be like, lay down cover fire here. I'm gonna grab my equipment, and I go to like grab my like rifles, and then I'm just gonna plug them in the back of the head.
Okay.
Jeez.
How does the assassination move work?
So
execution?
if I have a minute to plan and like set up a precise shot or a precise action,
Okay.
I can have them roll. I don't remember what check it is, or just die outright. I don't know if you're gonna like allow this. Has kind of been a plan in motion, but it's happening fairly quickly. I do have the like close combat and gunslinger like
Right.
foci, so I'm very adept at like drawing out guns quickly from like myself and in close spaces, and then like firing in this combat.
Can you link
Um,
those both for me, please?
yes, I can. So this is close combat and this is gunslinger. I have level 2 in close combatant
Okay.
and I have level 1 in gunslinger.
Okay. Right. Close combatant gives you like the shock damage, so even if you miss, you deal some sort of damage. And that's with
That's with melee weapons. Yeah.
Oh.
The gunslinger allows me to fire in short like combat with no penalty.
Right.
For them being in like range.
Right. And you get to draw or holster a stowed weapon.
And I get to draw and holster
as a free action.
Free action.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I'm leading them up to where the hole has been exploded, and I am like showing them like with the like, look, there's the people trying to break in. Lay down cover fire. I'm gonna get my stuff. And I turn to like where we hid something, and I'm whipping out my guns really quickly and taking 2 shots at them.
Okay. So you're gonna get a surprise round on them.
Okay.
And what gun are you using for this?
It's gonna have to be
combat rifle, probably.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be my combat rifle. I think that's what's on my sheet.
So, I like the idea of you being able to because normally you can only attack one target at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's interesting, like the idea of like the opportunity to shoot at both of them in this kind of surprise round. So I will let you split your damage and apply half of it to each of them if you like instead. If
that
you
sounds reasonable
if
to
you
me.
do a burst shot, or you can spend this surprise round killing one of them, and then they are going to have a penalty to their initiative on the next round either way. So up to you.
I think I'll take a burst shot and split the damage. That sounds pretty fun.
Let me look at my notes on their armor and other stuff. And of course my buttons aren't working. Okay. So combat, or no, I just want.
Is there any kind of modifier for surprise?
I don't think so.
No,
I think you just get the
free round.
The free round. Let me look for armor really quick here.
Just like I'm sorry.
I think they're just prison guards.
They are guards. I have notes from my I wrote down stats for a Black Ops team that was supposed to show up in the last mission, but you all rolled really well and didn't have to deal with them. So I'm just looking at their like weaker armor. Security armor. There we go. 14 AC.
Okay. No modifier for supplies. Burst. That is going to be an attack 8. Oh my god, what did I roll? I rolled a natural 1.
A 1. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have the foci that lets you reroll on an
I do actually. Yeah, I'm a warrior. You're absolutely right. So as a warrior, I can choose a attack that has failed to instead be a success, and I will choose that in this scene here.
Oh, it's just a success. You just make it. You don't even re-roll. Oh my god.
Yep, I don't even re-roll. Wow. I don't fail this roll. In fact, I go blam and I do my damage to them.
Okay. Unfortunately, you also rolled a 1 on your damage.
I rolled 2 natural 1s. That's insane.
Yikes.
On a D12, no less.
Okay. So, how does the shock damage work?
Shock damage does not take effect here. We're not in melee fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's...
Okay, so they each take 2 damage. I believe I've been rolling 1d8 for health. or maybe it was 2d8. I don't remember what I rolled for the robots, but for these guys, I'm going to roll 1d8. Okay. So they
security guards.
Yeah. So they go down to 3 and 5 health respectively.
Okay.
And they are. So I said that their weapons were drawn already. So now we're going to go into initiative. I'm just going to roll 1 initiative for them both.
Okay. Sounds good.
And they have penalties, so they're just rolling a flat 1d20.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
All
It's
right.
amazing
I go
because
first.
initiative in this game is a D8, not a D20. But he's still
Is it?
won. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
it
right.
is a D8.
Wow,
He's
well
not wrong.
done. You beat him.
I did, yeah. I am going to so what I can do, close combatant allows me, no, that's not what it is. Does gunslinger allow me? No. Okay. I must be thinking of a different feat. I'm gonna just take out that combat rifle. I'm gonna try to finish the one that has 3 health left.
Okay.
That's a 21 for 11 damage.
Okay.
Where was that roll on the surprise round?
Yeah. You outright, like, you just shatter that guy.
I think he explodes. Like, I just like bang, 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 like in his face. And that, like, I turn the gun to the other guy and I'm like, I wouldn't think about doing anything hasty here.
Okay. Give me a talk check real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
reminders. This guy's underpaid. He doesn't want to die, right? Oh,
that's a 4. Yeah, that's a 4. That's not doing it.
Yeah.
Can't even hear
You
you.
just murdered his best friend in the entire world.
Timmy!
Poor Timmy.
Okay. He is going to attack you and get a natural 1.
All right.
He turns, click, like pew pew. He shoots, and is it that like your armor just soaks it, or is
No, I think what it is like he's shaky and like I'm quick on my feet, right? I'm in my hyper violent mode.
Oh yeah, safety is definitely still on. Yeah,
that's even better.
He goes click, click, and then he goes fuck, and then he just throws his gun down on the floor.
Yeah.
And he puts his hands
even
up.
better. That's even better. Yeah. I love it.
Meanwhile, 2 guards come walking into the room with you, Sonny, and what did you call your character?
What? Spinach?
Richie Spinach.
Richie
so fucking good.
I just want you to know, flashback, as soon as I went to grapple the warden and put him to sleep, I said out loud in a commanding voice, salad greens, which is the special code word for my drone.
Oh shit.
Coincidentally named Arugula. Which is the code word for Arugula to cover the door. So Arugula flies out from his concealed position and is hovering, covering the door with a rifle.
Okay. 2 guards come walking in and immediately, guns drawn. I don't think they were expecting a fight right here, because they were going to come in here and talk to the warden. So I think you all get a surprise round on them. So
right.
Lettuce, just so I can paint this.
Arugula opens fire.
Yeah, Arugula opens fire. You have the warden, and you're trying to choke him out, or are you just holding him hostage?
No, I rolled an 11 on putting him in a sleeper hold. So
that's right.
I'm putting his lights out.
Okay. Yep. And Sonny, what are you doing as this is happening?
I've just put the doctor in the room. I think whenever the guards take cover, I instantly run and dive behind the guards and try to take cover next to them. Be like, the drone, it's crazy. It shot the warden.
Oh my God.
Then I'll wait until they turn to look back out, and I will try to sneak behind them. And then if any of them are left, I'll use my stun baton to knock them out.
I don't know if you have an opportunity to say anything to them because it sounded like the turret or the drone was just going to open fire immediately. Is that right? Andy?
Yeah, but but I think if it misses, he could buy some trust that way. Let's see. So is this burst or not burst? I can't remember what the deal
You
is
get to
before.
choose. I think. I don't know what.
It's a burst.
If it is a burst capable weapon, you can choose whether or not to spend the ammo to do it.
And you. So your drone, you added an assault rifle or a combat rifle to it, right?
Yes, a rifle and ammo storage are two of its core modules.
Yeah. So that's a combat rifle.
No modifier, I assume.
I don't know if drones have modifiers.
All right, I'm going for it. Oh.
Drone combat, really quickly.
Jesus, that damage.
Weapons all use intelligence as the controlling attribute and use the better of the pilot or program skill as the relevant weapon skill.
I don't think it would be enough if they have 14 AC.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Regardless, he rolled a 5.
Okay. And I don't think you have the ability to re-roll this because this is a combat roll. Can you link me your...
Unless we're saying that it should be pilot, and this is, but I figured this is an automatic thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to handle this. Oh, but this is for piloting a drone.
Well, I mean,
he would be doing that, right?
I don't know. I think if you're piloting the drone, it would be a check on your part to do it.
Okay.
But if you're just using a VI that is installed on it to just run an algorithm, then yeah, it's just a flat D20. Okay, so that the turret or the drone begins to lay down fire, and they are going to like recoil a bit as Sunny dives behind them and is like, the drone's going insane.
I'm trying to take cover from the drone as well.
Yeah.
There's an off chance the drone will hit me at some point in this combat, but I want to be by them in protection mode as Lettuce is choking the warden out, trying to convince them that I'm on their side.
Okay. So let's be join initiative here.
Okay.
And I will roll the correct number for this. Norm, on your data pad, or the warden's rather, you begin to see a security feed of popping up simultaneously of Dax just taking out one of the guards and the other immediately surrendering, and this combat beginning to unfurl. I don't think you will have access to any sort of security systems.
That's fine. Just get the combat over with.
Okay.
I'll act after.
Okay. Shadow goes before the guards, and I will need an initiative roll from Andy. And I'll just say that the drone acts on your turn. Okay, so Shadow.
I get to go first.
You do.
Wonderful.
The guards' attention is completely facing forward. They're like recoiling and beginning to line up the shot.
Wonderful.
On the drone.
I'm going to say, provide covering fire. I'll get around to the other side of them, and I will, from my cover position, drop a grenade on the ground that I pulled the pin out from, and then run around the corner and go hide.
Oh my god. Okay. How long do you know how long these last? Does the grenade?
My guess is it's a standard like 6 seconds.
Okay.
There's some with automatic comedic timing.
Yep.
Yeah. And before they hear you and you're like, lay down covering fire, and they just begin shooting even though they haven't finished lining up the shot. You run away. Can I get a
I mean, there's got to be some type of skill I have to line this up. Right?
I'm gonna need an exert.
Survive.
An exert
to get away. Exert is like all physical. Exert is like physical activity.
Exert what? Dex to nimbly dive behind?
Yeah, to just run away and dive under other cover.
Say 7. I might take some fragments here.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking for what was your DC that you were looking for?
It was going to be DC 8.
Okay.
You are an expert, so you can re-roll that if you like.
I haven't done any hacking yet. If I take a grenade fragment, I'll take a grenade fragment.
Okay. How much damage do grenades do?
2d6 plus 1.
Okay, roll me grenade damage. And they have...
Do they do a +1?
I'm looking it up now.
I'm pretty sure it's flat. I mean, 1 damage isn't the end of the world. It just...
2d6 damage to all targets.
2d6.
I have added a grenade to my sheet, and it gives me a +1 to damage. Is that because of shoot skill, maybe? I don't know.
I think so.
So you do add your skill to it? Okay.
If you're like throwing...
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'm okay with lowering the damage by 1 to 8 for this particular case, is I'm literally just dropping it on the ground and not throwing it. I don't know. Also, if I take all that damage, I'm dead, so happily to lower the damage by 1.
It's just 9 damage, right?
Yeah. I have 9 hit.
Okay, so they do not get an evasion save. They're just going to take this and die because you rolled really high. I don't even know why I bothered rolling their HP. Targets take 1 less point of damage for each point of AC. Oh, above 14, which is what they have. Okay. Yeah, so they both die immediately. But
Do I take any damage?
You are going to take half of this. So 4.
Do I get to maybe like make an evasion save?
Yes,
or was that
you're going to take 4, or if you pass an evasion save, take half of that.
I'll take 4 damage.
Take 4 damage. Okay.
I now know how grenades work. If we care anymore. But if not, it's fine.
Did we do it wrong?
It's fine. The narrative makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I just wasn't allowing them an evasion save because Sunny talked bullshit.
Yeah. I found it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted everybody to know. I wanted to stop the game to let everybody know that I found grenades. We should move on. I'm sorry.
All right, we will defer to you next time.
For reference. Yeah.
Okay. So, the facility is in utter chaos. As Norm can see, there are security officers running to take their posts, people sending messages on their data pads going like, what's going on? What do we do? And you can see in kind of like a group chat of the security officers, or maybe even hear it, that the Captain Creel is like barking orders, and basically you can tell that Captain Creel can see all the same stuff that you can see, Norm, and he is now seeing like there's a pause in his voice as he is now getting the alerts and the feed of what is transpiring with the consultants.
Is he in the offices?
No, you can see
Where
that
is he at?
you can see that he is located in the in let's see. Now is when I need
security checkpoint.
No, he is not at the security checkpoint. He is in one of the I'm trying to figure out what to call them, wards. No,
like a post, like a command post.
No, he is with prisoners. Oh, in one of the cell blocks. There are four cell blocks, and he is in the one closest to the party.
Well, my goal now is to get them out.
Yes.
So I'm going to hold on to the data pad, and in the chaos of the offices erupting, I don't know how many people are here. I'm just going to casually clown my way down the stairs back to the security point where they went into, and try to get that open. And I have many ways to do that, but tell me what I see as they begin getting brutious, assumedly. Or you guys are getting brutious, right, fellas?
That's the plan. Yeah.
So none of the folks that are on the cameras are in this room. They are in the cell block.
That's fine.
Yeah. And Norm can see that Captain Creel is between you and him. But Norm can tell you exactly where Brucius is within the cell block that's just ahead of you.
I thought they already had him.
No.
I thought he was in the VR area with Dr. Zhu. So that's why we're there.
So what I described was there was cameras that could see all of the rooms.
Okay, I fucking call Sonny. Go get Brucius now, fellas. I'm gonna go open the door for you. So
Okay.
let's skedoodle.
All right. So all the doors, Norm is going to make sure, like any doors in your way are unlocked. He unlocks the door to Brucius's cell, where he is in like a VR setup. If you want, the way Dr. Zhu described it, there is a VR setup here. You could, Sonny, access Brucius's simulation here.
I don't know. Narratively, it doesn't seem like we have time to do that.
Okay.
We're in a pressure situation here.
Okay.
I think Lettuce and I and the drone are going to make sure we grab enough guard badges to cover Dax, myself, and we'll grab the wardens too if we need to. We'll grab enough badges from the guards here and cover Dax and Brucius and us, and then make our way to find Dax, knowing where Brucius is now.
Okay. You step into the cell block. You see that there are 3 stories of cells, all with kind of like a white painted metal, like jail cells. Everything in here is pristinely white painted. The walls, the floors, and the bars that are holding the prisoners in. You see Captain Creel like looking up at you ahead of you, like with a data pad in his hand, and he has a pistol drawn pointed in your direction.
Did we already find Dax?
I think Dax is heading in your direction, but you are probably going to have to encounter this guy before I can get back to you.
Okay.
Like, at least for a round or something.
Now, I don't know who the hell you all are or what you're doing, but I know you're involved with this. Put your hands up.
Involved with what?
Whatever's going on with our prison. I saw you choke out your friend choked out the warden.
Well, what you didn't see is all the prisoners that we loose behind you.
Give me a talk check.
And then as soon as he turns his head, if possible, I'm going to duck for cover. What attribute? Charisma?
Charisma to bluff. Okay. He like cautiously turns a head around, and it's just enough time for you to duck around like into an empty cell as he begins to open fire on you as he notices like, no, this was bullshit. He like turns, no, fuck you, and shoots at you. You barely make it. And you take cover. Dax, you catch up with Lettuce, who has just dropped the warden, who has just fallen unconscious.
All right, excellent. I had taken a badge from the surrendering or the dead guard and made it down this hall and stopped and maybe gotten my armor on that I had stowed away. And I like see this area, and there's a man with a pistol firing at one of my friends.
Yeah, you can hear the blaster fire from down the hall.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna charge into that situation with the combat rifle ready, and I think I'm gonna try to take that threat out.
Okay. Let's roll initiative.
Absolutely.
Do I get to roll into this as well?
Yes.
That is a 6.
Oh, you got a 5.
Should I also?
Yeah, please.
I was just gonna get
Okay.
I think I turn around the like I just like spin into the like cell block, right, looking down it, with my combat training going, and there's no warning or anything. The rifle just lights up, just and I burst at this guy.
Okay, give me an attack.
That is a
Jesus
26 to
Christ.
hit. Is
Okay.
that some kind of crit? What is that?
I don't
I
think
rolled
there
a
are
19 on
there's
the
no
die.
I don't think there's crits in this game.
No, I don't think there is either. I'm just being optimistic.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a. Are
You
you
know that
fucking
scene in The
kidding me?
Matrix where like Neo and Trinity go into the building and the guard says, "Get down!" and then they immediately kill like 30 of them? I think Dax exemplifies the one moment where you feel bad for the regular security mook who takes a spaz 12 to the chest.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
2
god.
hit points on 2d8.
How does a security a captain?
That's because nepotism.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's the kind of guy that that the warden would hire. Looks for bribes. He probably got bribed to hire this guy, and this guy like was overcompensating by just beating up prisoners. And you just put one between his eyes. Blah blah blah.
Perfect.
And he just falls to the ground right as he was about to turn the corner and shoot Sonny.
I don't think there's any words like said. I think there's just a like follow motion, and like I'm continuing down the cell block. Like this is full combat mode, Dax.
Yeah.
I'm right behind him. But behind him.
Yeah.
Is there not another guard?
No, not in this block.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Creel likes to dismiss the guards when he visits upon other folks. And you can see right across from now the open door into Brucius's cell that there is another prisoner right across from Brucius, and it is in fact Mouse.
You better leave that fucker behind, guys.
And Bruce is like cowering in the corner as the klaxon alarms are going off, and he is bruised and bloodied.
I think I'm gruff and probably overly rough with a like traumatized individual. I'm like up and like grab him by like whatever scruff of a neck he has, and like yank him up, and then I like shove him towards Lettuce and Sunny D, and I'm like move, and then I grab Mouse and I'm like up, move, and I shove him in front of me and I cover behind as we go through.
Brucius is in VR right now, so ripping him off, like, so there's straps.
Is it
and
like the Matrix where it like goes into his spinal cord, or is it just like a headset?
It's a headset like what Luke Skywalker wears when Obi-Wan Kenobi has him like do the training with the drone.
I don't think
so it
that
covers
Dax,
his eyes.
I don't think that Dax has like respect for the like potential shock of going out of VI. I think he just like for VR, he just rips that off and throws him forward.
Okay, he is gonna need to make a mental save. And his mental save is gonna be versus I think a 14.
Makes it.
That is a bare pass. You know how you're not supposed to take out USBs before you eject them? Yeah. Okay.
I thought that might be possible, but
he'll be
it seemed
fine.
in character.
It'll be fine. Yeah, totally. Okay.
I do the same to Mouse, and we're hoofing while I cover.
Do the save for Mouse. Do the save for Mouse.
Mouse was not in VR.
Why wasn't he in VR?
Because he was getting his shit rocked. He was getting beat up by the captain. I thought
Brucius was getting his
No,
shit
I
beat
said Mouse was bloodied and bruised.
I heard Brucius.
I misheard as well, but
I'm
that's
sorry.
all right.
So Brucius,
if 4 people misheard it, guys, that means we're right.
So Lettuce has seen the bodies of a lot of prisoners, many of them bruised. Brucius, however, is in pristine condition.
Mm-hmm.
And as you rip him out, he is coming to, and his eyes are adjusting to the lights, and he goes, "Who the hell are you, and what is going on?"
I don't answer his question. I just like lift him up by the scruff of his neck or shirt or whatever, and I shove him forward, and I just say, "Move." And then
I want
do
to talk
the
to
same.
Foz.
I point the gun at him and I'm like, "Move!" Like, this is not a negotiation.
Whoa. Okay, all right. And then he sees Creel's body laying on the ground, and he goes, "All right."
I slide the warden's badge into his uniform. Creel's badge onto what's his face, Mouse's uniform.
Okay. So Norm, you can see that Chen, how do I pronounce this? Chonzek, and his crew are still laying fire because literally the cops haven't shown up. You like, they never arrived. And any like attempts for the guards are just not equipped to do this.
Right.
There's a couple that have made it to the armory and are like locking and loading now, but it's still going to be minutes before they can respond. So Norm, I assume you're just going to direct them on a path towards the big hole in the wall, and the plan is Chonzek the escape?
I mean, if he's still there, then why not?
Okay.
Like, hey, you guys did really good.
Yeah, y'all rolled really well. Dax, what is the signal to Chonzek to stop firing and let you all through?
I think the signal to Chonzek would be, I think it's a flare. I think there's like different colored flares that we can fire.
Okay.
And I think that we fire the white flare.
Yeah,
like,
clear.
We're okay.
Okay. And momentarily after you fire this flare, after like getting let through the room by Norm, overriding the security protocol, you fire it off, and they stop firing, and you all are able to leave and load up. Brucius is like, well, I guess my lucrative job is over, and I'll be working for you all. Is that right? Or am I not going to like what's at the end of this shuttle ride?
Almost right. You'll be working for the pod.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he buckles in. All right. So, Norm, you're here in the corner of the office.
I leave, right?
I assume that Norm was going to
would have walked
join
out.
us.
Yeah.
I assume Norm forcibly locked the armory door so that the guards who are arming up are just stuck in there.
Oh shit!
I mean,
And if
maybe.
he doesn't, then Sonny has a line shut in the security and the door security, and he would try to hack and lock the guards in if Norm said he couldn't.
I'm just gonna, I was trying to leave the offices that entire, while they were doing stuff to meet up with them. So why don't we just all buckle in and skedoodle before we get it?
All right. Norm, you walk out of the offices and into the reception room, the lobby, and you can hear crying behind the front desk.
Cool. Is it the Jabunga guy, the delivery man?
No. It's the crying of a woman, and you can hear the Jabunga guy going, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, I'm sure. You said they called the cops. Or the system calls the cops. It's gonna be okay. They'll get here any minute."
I just lean over the counter.
Shadow.
No one's coming to save you. I say menacingly.
Ah!
All right, and then I
us!
go and join my friends while they freak out.
All right. The Chonzek's shuttle or group of shuttles pulls up to the front. Door slides open. Norm hops in.
Yeah.
And you all leave. I think eventually the authorities are going to arrive, but you won't know. After a while, like after you get a ways from the, like as soon as you pull away Norm, the data pad loses access to the system. You do still, however, have access to his emails.
Cool.
And
My final thing to do is to give a 1,000 credit tip to the delivery man. I have subtracted that.
so you just go, so is this like through an app that you hired him through, or did you like, there's no one here to save you, and you just hand him like 1,000 credits?
No, it'd be through the delivery app, right?
Rate your delivery driver, leave a tip.
5 out of 5. It took me to Hoth. He got me in a fucking cake on time.
Excellent.
Happy was important here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna take our break, and afterwards we will talk to Brucius. We will figure out what comes next. We will be right back. Alrighty, we are back. You escape with Brucius. You are set to meet up on Malafar once again, so you don't have to travel far. And Chenzek is able to bring you all back to your ship, where you have your fake transponder. So you're pretty confident that even if there was like some sort of tracking on you, which out in kind of the black of space where you meet up and where you had parked your ship, you're pretty sure that you're covered. And you head back to Malafar, where you had just left Magno Glorio, at this point, like a week or so ago, maybe more. And as you all return to the facility that he has there, that he's been hanging out at, I think it's worth noting that the pod, oh god, I don't remember the name of the faction, but the pod, the free citizens of the shore, they have been around Breck. So, he's been coming and going back and forth, doing his, administrative duties, being their, the face of their organization, their group, who has been fighting for their sovereignty as a group, but has been largely ignored. And with all of the political upheaval, with the anti-Viridians showing up and saying like, hey, we're the original inhabitants of Saber, and we want that back. And then the assassination of the anti-Viridian, they've just been completely ignored by the government as of late. There was lots and lots of efforts to get, there have been ongoing efforts to get the space elevator working on Saber. But now that suddenly there's this area of the planet that's like the moss is dying, there has been a huge pause in a lot of the activity of Saber while like stuff gets figured out with what to do with Saber. And so when you meet up with Magno Glorio, he has kind of like a group of officers from the pod, and several other people that are like Skyped in to a meeting. And he invites you all to join him and just observe. You all kind of arrive at in the middle of the meeting, or maybe at the tail end. And you get the sense that there are like not quite executives, but leaders in various corporations, as well as in various local governments around the shore, that Magno Glorio has kind of recruited to the cause. Vorex is Skyping into the call. You can see like an image of him, or at least an image of someone that has like a kind of a virtual mask on. What would you call it? Those VTuber masks, or like personas. But it just says Vorex at the bottom. But you've met Vorex, you know what he looks like. Or have you? Have you all
No,
met Lorik? No,
We
you
have not
haven't.
met him.
Okay.
Not in person.
Okay.
He sent a drone to meet us last time.
That's right.
Mhm.
So yeah, you still don't know what Vorix looks like, but you know, their face is obscured with this you know, avatar. Their voice is modulated, so you know very little about them. But there's kind of this like suite of leadership in the resistance that you kind of like get to witness for a minute. And at the tail end, you all are introduced, and he says, "My friends, Magno Glorio, that is. This is Sunny, captain of the SS Retribution, our poster children, if you will, or soon to be. They are growing in notoriety and reputation around the shore, and they have just broken out Brucius Holloway from Contrition Max. Welcome, welcome. Any words, Sonny?
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you all. And proud to be part of the organization.
Lots of nods, murmurs. Well, that'll be it for this meeting.
I have a question of you guys while you're all here. Where's the pain people in my head? And can I see them?
This is Dax. He is speaking.
Hi-yo.
He is speaking of the agony.
Yeah.
The Retribution also is responsible for bringing them to our cause. Sitting at the table, I probably should have mentioned, would have been Mose Curia, the leader of.
I think I probably asked that anyway. I think Dax is like coming down from like lucidity.
Yeah. And Mose will lean forward, addressing the group, and they have our thanks. Thank you to Captain Sunny, Dax, the rest of the crew for helping us get the proper supplies we needed to mend ourselves, which has gone successfully. Dax, thank you.
Oh, sick.
All right, and they will. A lot of the leadership will just like awkwardly stand up and begin murmuring with one another, leaving. A few will linger, talking to Magno, and many people will just kind of like wave awkwardly at you all as they depart.
Is this a Skype call, like you said, or
there were
is
a few people were Skyped in who hang up.
Okay. That changes my response, but that's okay.
Oh well, we can.
If it was a Skype call where he literally brought us in and introduced us, I was going to bitch him out for completely outing us to everybody.
Oh,
over a call. But
no.
if it's people in the room, then I'm fine.
Yeah, you're good. Also, like, you all are notorious throughout the sector, and people know who most of you were in this last gig you just did, like literally just completed. So yeah, like,
our anonymity kind of got destroyed by the last job. So
yeah, speak for yourself as I take off. Like, no one knows who I am, not even me.
There's Dax. There's Dax. There's Lettuce. There's Sunny D and the mysterious clown man. Notorious throughout the galaxy.
But Norm, you used to dress up as clowns for like dying kids at the hospital that you used to work at, right?
So did a lot of people, Nick. Make a wish does a lot.
Is it a thing? Or are there other doctors that did that?
I sure did.
Okay.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, clowns for cancer. Look it up. It's a
Wow.
Oh my god.
It's actually not a nonprofit. It's just a hate group on Facebook. I really don't like clowns.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm behind several illusions, Nick. You can never find who I really am. I'm so sorry.
You're good. You're good. All right. So, let's see here. Excuse me, I have to burp.
I'll open up as the room clears out. All right, Magno. So why did you want us to break out Crucius? What do you have in mind for?
Well, many of the corporations, they rely on their security networks. They have lots of information that needs to be addressed or to be hacked. Lots of programs to attack. Vorex is confident that he could do it, but would really like to begin to lay some of the groundwork with hidden programs that we can activate all at once. Brucius here has some experience with that. As mentioned before, and as you might know, given his background, he wrote a sleeper program within the software for ships in another sector. And for years, they lied in wait until he activated it, destroying many, many ships. Far more than our Loricon has with their faulty soul crystals. But I am going to work on convincing him, probably fiscally, to help us take down Wacom, Loricon, Mianbao, Vesta, Aphrodite, all of them. Plus, Vorex has been working on that AI that you picked up, and he says he's over his head with the programming and needs a second opinion.
What a good deal. We robbed a prison, killed 5 people, if not more.
Oh my God, you
just
killed
so that
people?
our hacker could get a friend. I didn't kill anyone, but not this time. Soon, though. I look at him meaningfully.
Speaking of which, we picked up a vagrant. His name is Mouse. If he stays on our ship, then look over at Norm. He may not be safe.
Oh man, I thought he'd be like crew.
What? Yeah, I thought we were getting the band back together. Isn't that why you broke me out?
I'm allergic to animals.
My name is Mouse. I'm not a mouse. I'm a human.
Look
like
at this
you.
rat.
It's Mouse, not rat.
You look into his eyes and tell me he is not the victim of some weird genetic mutation and or alteration.
I think you're thinking of Mouse.
I vouch for the mouse.
You vouch for the mouse?
Norm,
don't you want to be part of the theme song in the club?
I can be helpful. I've been on ships before. Put me to work.
M-O-U-S-E.
We owe him.
It's the Mouse.
Why do we owe him? He owes us.
I helped you break out of
the
jail.
We even the score. He wants to help out.
All right, but he's not getting paid.
Oh, how will I eat?
Is Mouse's room and board good enough for you? We'll feed you.
Okay. I need to decide what he is good at.
You're small, so you get the small bunk. And I look over at Norm to be like, is that acceptable to you?
He gets the smallest bunk. He has to bunk with Bundy. Nick,
hard drive.
Can I ask that he has a -2 in everything except survive?
In which he's like +4.
He is better than no one, or he is worse. No, hold on. He is the best in the entire sector at just surviving in the wilderness.
Just surviving. He's gone through so many prisons.
I was gonna say, give him mouse-like characteristics. Really high sneak and survive, and nothing else.
Not even sneak. He gets caught all the time. He got caught in prison. He was in prison.
You okay? To be fair, Norm, you shoved him into a guard.
Yeah, you
Who
used
detained him.
as a barricade.
That's why he got caught.
You say I shoved him, I say I used him. Just like all good NPCs are used.
It's ironic because I counted all of the stats, and 16 actually lines up exactly with survive. So yes, he is good at survival. He promises he'll be very valuable if you all like crash land on somewhere with like in the jungle or. He will also be the unofficial chef of the ship.
Hell no, I'm not letting him go. Oh fuck, he's gonna poison me.
I've made a lot of things in prison.
I'm sure you have. Friends aren't one of them, though.
Oh, I thought we were friends.
Mouse, you can cook for us. If you poison somebody, though, you will be thrown out into space. Deal?
Yeah. I don't.
Is he lying to us? I got him.
And be careful.
I don't know.
Dax has a sensitive stomach, and I'm lactose intolerant. And then I slap him on the shoulder and walk away.
I'm allergic to animals. You can't give us meat.
Okay. I'm gonna have him make a survival check to make some food.
+4.
Survival charisma check to avoid running in terror.
Okay, he makes a decent meal, a decent first meal.
You legit give him a +4 in survival. I love it.
Yeah. Mouse +4 survival, -2 and everything else.
Perfect.
I love it.
What a great character. Okay.
All right. Okay. So, I think, okay. So Brucius, we didn't really talk about what Brucius's setup was. We're gonna kind of like flashback a little bit to the flight over here. Lettuce, you would have learned that Brucius kind of got like the royal treatment by the chief and warden. And what he shares is like the warden was basically having him write code that he could sell to various corporations. So they had a little side gig going. And he warns like, well, the warden is not going to let this lie. You all should watch your backs. I'm happy to help the highest bidder. And it sounds like this Magna Gloria is going to pay me quite a bit. So, yeah, good luck out there. And over the next few days, while you all are getting like refueled and restocked and taking a load off, Magna Gloria will invite you to like come check something out. He's like, so the resistance against the corporations is getting a little more complicated with the Anti-Viridians showing up. This ravine where suddenly the moss is dying is expanding. There's belief that the Anti-Viridians themselves had something to do with it. And there's one other complication. I'd like you to meet someone. And he'll take you to the into an office. He'll have invited you to an entirely separate building than one you've been on Malafar. And you'll it's kind of like a little bit of a warehouse and office. And Brucius is working on a computer in the office. But when you arrive, he invites you to come back into the warehouse section, where the little robot that you all rescued, kidnapped, electrocuted, Sonny, the little cleaning robot, is
Abducted.
abducted. That is the right word. The little robot is basically behind a shitload of glass in a huge, like, little habitat environment that they have created here.
Nice.
Yeah. So they've been trying to figure out and understand what this AI is, and it's clear that Mian Bao is making something more than an AI. This thing seems to be alive in a way that humans have never been able to program AI before. And you can see the little robot like turn its head from whatever it's doing, like moving like some toys that they have inside the habitat around. It like turns and sees you all like through the glass, and it waves.
A little robot.
Wait.
How are you?
You know, he's not just programmed to be sympathetic.
Yeah.
Well,
how do you even test for that?
Where's your
You
tour?
know, I saw this movie about that once, and they like stuck him in a room with glass, and they talked, and then they fell in love, and then the robot killed everybody and left to New York.
Did that have the genie in it from Aladdin? What's his name?
Will Smith?
Robin Williams?
No.
No.
He was dead already.
You said Robin Williams, and I said Will Smith.
Neither is in this movie.
But we were both talking about Aladdin. Well, for the first few days after you all returned, after you apprehended the robot,
it was years ago.
we were looking at the code and things seemed fine, but we can no longer access the code. And when we tried to open up the robot and access its VI card, or its AI card in the VI slot, we discovered something bizarre. Sunny, have you ever seen anything like this? And he'll show you a picture that they've taken of the VI. It's called a VI slot, where typically you'd put a VI card in, but you know, anytime an AI has ever been developed, which is illegal, they just use the VI slot to put AI in. And it looks like there is a bunch of blue light emanating from the card, which also appears to have fused into the slot. And there is a sort of and I don't know what to call it. It's like a welding pattern, but very like hyper geometric. Very like a neat pattern of fusing. And there are like glowing blue lines across like the fused elements. Oh, Bicentennial Man, yes. I love that movie.
Have these lines changed over time? Or did it look
Yes.
like this when you found it?
And he'll show you another picture, and the lines are even bigger, and the kind of fused welding look is even larger.
Growing, adapting, and self-coding.
Yes, the robot has become quite much more capable than a cleaning robot normally is. It has grown the capacity to converse with us, to think, to express ideas. It even tells us it feels lonely and afraid to be here.
It should. This place is awful.
Yes, Vorex has been focusing a lot of his work on this, and it's part of why
It smells awful in here too.
It's just a warehouse.
No, it smells worse than a warehouse.
What are you smelling?
I don't know.
Despair.
Rat.
A rat. Smells like an animal in here.
Mouse. Damn it, Mouse. You're not good at sneaking up behind us. Go back to the goddamn ship.
I'm sorry. I wanted to be involved. I'll go back.
I look to my team. Whatever happens, we do not let Mouse interact with the fucking AI. Okay?
Nope, never.
I don't care if he can survive in the Himalayas naked and afraid.
So,
what's your plan with this AI behind the glass here?
we're not quite sure. Vorex seems to think that Mian Bao was trying to make something highly capable. Cho Tarek stole whatever AI chip that they were working on and apparently put it into this cleaning robot. Probably a vessel that was unintended for the capacity of the AI card. Probably meant for something much bigger with a lot more processing power and capability. And Vorex is terrified about what it could have been, but what scares him the most is they seem to have succeeded in creating something. Which means that Mian Bao and other corporations have been probably researching this a while and may have made other AI or whatever this is.
Interesting.
Well, should be easy enough to prove. This is
right
like
there.
8 million laws broken. Like, it's illegal to own and possess AI right now, right?
Yes, but coming forth with the details and facts of how it was created and how we came into its possession and what it is now would be difficult, to say the least. The government is in the corporation's pocket. The military's presence in the shore could be quite devastating to our cause if we were to draw a lot of attention to ourselves at the moment. I'm honestly not quite sure what to do.
Well, first thing you should do is take the chip out of this robot, destroy the robot, and wrap the chip in lead.
Well,
You should
as
have these
robot, when he says
nothing,
that, he looks scared.
Nothing that can operate this system should be functioning right now. If it's that danger, if it has unlimited potential.
Well, Vorex believes that the chip's potential is limited by the vessel, the robot in which it sits, and fortunately for us, Cho,
you classist motherfucker, you think a cleaner can't accomplish anything?
I don't think they can fire nuclear missiles out of multiple ships. But
it could operate a way to contact Mian Bao and bring them down on you.
Perhaps we're still assessing. Vorex is still assessing its capabilities, and believe me, we are open to the idea of destroying it, or at least I am. Vorex is possessed.
Vorex isn't here, right?
No.
I was about to say, like, what are they gonna do?
Is that a Vorex isn't here, wink wink, but he actually is, but he's not. He's masquerading as someone else.
Are you asking Magno if Vorex is like here, or were you asking me, Nick?
Asking you, how did he say no? He's not here. Was there a jaunty wink in his voice?
If you ask Magno Glorio, is Vorex here? He goes,
glory hole.
He's around. Here. He's around.
Okay, there we go.
He is also very protective,
distrustful.
Yes, to say the least.
Well, we probably shouldn't be relying on him then when it comes to making the right call for the security of others.
I have learned to trust his goals and that
All
they're
right.
aligned with mine. He
For
may
now.
not see an interest in of freedom from corporations, but he certainly has a vengeance for taking them down.
That's good.
You have leverage on him because it kind of sounds like you're under his control right now.
It sure does.
We supply him with a lot of supplies he needs to operate.
Can you get those from somebody else?
Probably, but he would be ordering things from corporations, which he seems to refuse to do. I suppose he could do it, but he has always seemed to be interested in procuring and living off of supplies that are, in a sense, farm to table. Now, as for Lettuce's other comment of removing the chip, that was perhaps possible when you brought us the robot, but as you can see in the photos, the chip is now fused into the body and cannot be removed, or at least Vorex doesn't think it could be done safely. Safely being for the being, the robot itself.
Don't personalize
Yeah,
it.
don't do that.
Nick, is this a world where AI have already existed before and are like we're warned off against them forever? Like, oh God, never repeat that mistake. Or is this a world that hasn't really created AI and just like in general theory it would be bad, so don't do it?
So there has been no like large scale creation of AI or confrontation. The last time AI really truly existed was the Genesis technology that like was programmed to learn, like go out into the stars, explore, not colonize, but like terraform planets and learn as you go. And after that, there was a long period of time where people that were leaving Earth, like they just didn't have the sophistication, the education. There was not a lot of infrastructure in place to continue educating people on AI because the whole species was focused on survival at that point. Because it took the Genesis terraforming project a long time to prepare worlds for them, and humanity spent a lot of time just building ships to leave and sustain themselves while they were.
So AI have existed the entire time that we have like known the universe, and there isn't like a bad example of AI.
They're outlawed.
But they eventually, when humanity started to like colonize, they were like, okay, well, AI are great, but we don't want to create like things that like software. We don't want to create beings or intelligences, virtual intelligences that can learn. And
okay. So it's kind of an arbitrary
yeah, it is sorry.
In that case Dax is like totally cool with like taking this robot on the ship, and he's like, hey, well, you need new experiences to learn. Why don't we take care of it for you then?
You
don't know what to do with it. Give it to us.
You're suggesting we teach this thing, give it experiences.
Better than caging it.
Yes.
Oh, destroying it would be the best course of action.
Perhaps.
What if we propagandize it instead?
Well, Vorex and I were discussing trying to utilize whatever potential it has to weaponize it against corporations, since they were likely going to use it to advance their agenda. Whatever it is,
Mortal soldiers
I'm
against
sure
death.
has a lot of potential. We have not been able to glean much here, especially since we cannot access the code anymore. And we quite simply don't have the resources to work on this. If you want to take it aboard your ship and take responsibility for it, I'm open to that. But it would be
Yeah,
your
man. Let's do it. It's better than letting it be in Vorix's hands. Who knows the hell he'll do with it?
This is true.
Lettuce, fed up with this conversation, walks over to the glass and arrival style turns his data pad into a whiteboard and puts the word human on it. Holds it up over himself.
It like gestures at all of you.
Okay. And then I wipe that and write and draw a little picture of the robot. And then I put a question mark over it.
Me. There's no sound, but like it points at itself.
You understand? What do you want?
Well, there's no sound across the glass.
Mm-hmm.
It like holds up a diagram, or it's probably got a data pad that it's learned to use. It just types out.
Mm-hmm. Why?
It draws a menacing Sauron eyeball.
It types out lonely.
Oh no! Destroy this thing.
It's so cute.
No.
Have you named it yet?
I think it should be called Dot.
Dot? Why dot?
Dot.
Do you
Short for
have a
polka
name?
Dot.
Why polka dot?
I don't know. Seems cute.
I think we should call it Skynet.
What's a Skynet?
It doesn't seem very cute.
This man doesn't look at the antique videos. What?
I mean, to be fair, that series got really bad, so like it's not saved in very many locations. You kind of got to go to the dark web for it.
You know, honestly, I think that's why all AI are banned. It's just propaganda from 2-3 centuries ago. Look, I put a hand on Les's shoulder. You need to get over your fear of robots. Come see me every week for 1 hour, and we're going to work through this together. I'm now your therapist.
Dax, you have like 30 notifications and messages that are like, you've missed your last appointment. You have not checked in. You haven't told us how you're feeling lately.
I think Dax actually is going to, depending on the outcome of this robot thing, is going to do one of two things. He's either going to check in for that therapy and be like, yo, sorry I missed it. That sucks, but I have some things I need to talk about. Because
of course. And remember, everything we talk about is confidential.
right. If the robot thing doesn't go well, I think he's gonna want to come into the like robots playpen and play with it when everyone else like leaves and goes away. He doesn't like it when things are lonely.
Yeah, so Magno will be like, all right, I need to go smooth things over with Vorix. He had some plans, but really he's been kind of at a loss. Or he's also been too busy, you know, too many pots on the oven. Is that the expression?
Mm-hmm.
But or pots on the stove. I don't know. I don't cook, says Magno. I'll let him know that you all are gonna take the robot with you.
I
But
refuse to leave the room while Dax is going to go into the playpen. I will stay.
Well, my intention isn't to go into the playpen right now. It's that, like, if we don't get this robot with us, right,
Yeah.
then I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
be its
kidnap it.
companion. I'm gonna come
Anytime-
back.
I need time to build a container for this thing that's safe.
Go make your lead box. It can be its crib.
Here, Sonny, why don't you come with me and we'll speak with Borix together.
All right.
So Magno and Sonny will leave, leaving the Lettuce, Norm, and Dax in the room. And the robot just kind of like having been communicated with, it's like typing questions back and forth with Lettuce. It'll be
Oh.
like,
Do you have a name?
what is a name?
Oh, fuck. You are in for a rough ride, my friend.
I give examples by naming the people around us. And I write in parentheses, all human.
Do I have name?
You decide. Now this is a Turing test.
Oh. I have not written down a name for this thing. I know what it was going to be called by me and Bao. I don't know what it would say. I don't know. I think it pauses. I think that's how it responds. I don't know. And it'll ask
Dax
you.
has like he's like taken 5 minutes to type out DOT. And it's like,
I put on my board knight to B3 just to see what this robot does. If it responds.
Call it. I don't know.
oh, that's good.
It does not understand knight to D3. Are you putting it in chess notation?
Yes.
It does not understand. It's
Good.
confused.
Thank fuck. Fine, I'll build a container for it.
Dax, it will see you excited pointing at your sign dot, and it'll be like, what do you mean?
I don't think Dax is equipped to like teach it that that's what it thinks its name is. He just points.
Uh-huh. All right. Norm, you're standing off to the side while these two weirdos are, writing things back and forth with this robot. What do you make of this, or what are you thinking?
I am making heavy notes that a doctor would for these two separate basket cases. And in the corner, I'm just like also jotting down thoughts about my next outfit and makeup design to switch things up a little bit. I'm just surrounded by crazy people. That's what Norm is.
So why do you
He's
stick
the
around?
charity that brings it all together.
Who knows?
Okay. All right.
That one's for me to know and you to find out.
Nick, how big is this robot, like size wise?
Like BB-8 sized?
Okay, great. I go back to the ship to build a container for it.
Okay. Eventually, Norm will probably also depart, leaving you, Dax, alone with this robot. There is like a door to go in.
Yeah, I'll go in and play with it some.
Hi.
Oh, you can talk. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes it so much easier, man. I'm Dax.
Hi, Dax.
Hi. I think you said you were lonely earlier, right?
Not
It
anymore.
sucks. Excellent. What do you do for fun?
Fun? I clean. I like to keep things tidy around here.
Wow. We have a whole ship that you could keep tidy if you think that's fun. That'd be really helpful.
That sounds good.
Awesome. I think we'll take you. I don't know if the other friends are just like cool with it, but I mean, like, you gotta nurture young minds, man.
Yes, I am young.
Yeah. Anyway, what are you doing here when you get bored? Do you just clean it?
Well, they bring me things to do, and I enjoy learning new things, but
Nice.
I've told them that they can leave things around for me to tidy up. I like it.
All right. Dak starts like kicking over everything in the like place. Like, he just knocks everything over.
And it watches
Like
you
spreads
do
it
this.
around. How dirty do you want it?
I don't know.
Dax like marks up the windows. He like spreads drugs on the ground. Like,
Oh my
This in the corner.
I make this thing a pigsty.
After a couple of the gestures, I think it catches on that you're like making a game out of this, and it's gonna start like following after you and like tidying things up, like stacking blocks again. One of the arms will extend and like a cloth will appear, and another one will spray like something onto the glass and clean it off and vacuum up your drugs.
Does it repackage the drugs separately?
No.
Okay.
Subject D has entered a full psychotic breakdown. Has begun attacking inanimate objects, talking to unheard voices. The robot has not moved at all.
What is Dax's like expression as this game is undertaken?
I think just like I think it's happy, right? I think it's like he's having fun trying to make sure this robot is doing things that it likes.
Dax
sees, since this world hasn't had like an AI crisis in the past, Dax just sees this as like a living robot, right? So he sees it as like something that has been experimented on, like him and the agony. And so he feels a kinship with it.
Yeah.
And so he sees this as like almost a small child, like a toddler or something, or maybe a bit more than a toddler, right? It can speak. And so he's trying to engage with it and teach it. And he's not really teaching right now as much as he is entertaining it, but like that's his goal.
Mm-hmm.
Is to nurture it.
Yeah. So it has like an LED face with just eyes programmed. I mean, no, it probably has a camera. It has sensors. It probably has an LED face with just eyes. And the LEDs are going to begin to imitate like your happy like expression. So like the eyebrows, the LED eyebrows will be a bit more expressive, and it'll look more like joyous rather than just plain eyes. And then eventually, the eyes will just be replaced with what looks like a mouth smiling.
Very good.
And eventually it will find a way to pack both an eyes and a mouth on its little display. And it will have a full face that looks happy.
I think I'd praise it for that. I think that's like something that it gets positive reinforcement for. I'm like, oh, look at that. You taught yourself a new thing. That's so cool. Okay. And like, I think there's some amount of that to it. I will do this until I'm either kicked out or yelled at, or like the robot is like bored or tired of it.
It will not grow bored or tired.
Okay.
It like
So
it
probably
only
until Lettuce gets back and has a spaz attack, and then satisfied that we're taking this thing with us, Dax is gonna go find his therapist and be like, "So all of my psychic powers are completely a lie, and like he needs to like figure some shit out."
Okay. We can pick up with that, I think, at the start of next time.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
also
didn't mean to do that this
No,
minute.
you're fine.
I just that's
Yeah,
what
you're
I'm
good.
doing.
I just want to say, when I put him into his little box, I say, "This statement is false," and then close the box. See how he does with that.
Oh my god. I love the juxtaposition of like, we're playing, we're having fun. This is your
Test.
box. Go in.
Go in your hole.
Get in the box. This box is your box.
Clean this box.
Oh my
In.
god.
Learn sleep.
Okay. Let's cut over to Sunny and Magno. So you're led back into the offices. You walk past Brucius and walk down a hallway into like it's down a darkly lit or a dim hallway with no lights, just ambient light from the back behind you, and some lights ahead. And you Magno leads you to a door in the middle of the darkness, probably in the darkest spot, and opens the door. And inside is there's just a glow of screens, a bunch of screens, like 6 screens set up all at once. And sitting there in front of all of these screens is a very skinny man with straight black hair that comes down over their neck, covering their ears. And they have a very pale, thin skin. And he kind of squirrely looks up and goes, "Oh, I guess I'm meeting the captain now. Vorix." And he holds out his hand, and it is got long, skinny fingers.
I will shake it gently, as I don't want to bruise the man. Pleasure to
Well,
meet you.
You as well. It was good working with you. Well, negotiating early on. I'm glad we were able to bring you on to the crew, onto the cause. Sorry for any hostilities in any of my texts. I'm Vorix.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll be working together in the future. I can look past any of that nonsense.
Yeah, I see you.
No.
I read that you had some beef with Loricon.
Maybe just a bit.
I've put together from various sources that you were involved in that theft. Have you been paying attention to the court case?
Love to, but Magno here has been keeping us rather busy. What can you tell me?
Yes, I've been pretty busy as well. They seem to be doing quite well in the case. This frankly abstract attorney seems to have an edge over automated magistrate services and their case that they've built against Loricon. I was hoping to use the AI that you kidnapped from me and Bao and try and teach it law, but it seems to be learning quite slowly for an AI. Especially since I can't access its code, I can't feed it sets of data and other information. So
the way to get to Loricon is not through winning a lawsuit.
How would you suggest we proceed?
You want to show the soul crystals are faulty? get one. Broadcast it to the world. Show the mistakes. Show the problems. Watch it explode.
Well, it's not like we can just. Well, I don't know. Can you buy soul crystals, or are they? You probably can,
I don't
right?
know, Nick. I'm sure you. I mean, why would they mine them if they didn't eventually sell them, right? But who do they sell them to, and how restricted are they? That's the things that we don't know.
I need to spend some time thinking about that. Well,
all I know is they're very rare, very valuable, and very hard to obtain.
Yes. Well, would love to know how frankly abstract is winning his case, but I suppose taking down Lori Khan's more important. Anyway, I've also been busy, and I don't really have time to teach the robot at the pace that it's been learning. I suppose if you need a new crewmate, you can take them with you.
We'll take good care of it. Maybe it'll learn something. Maybe it'll get smarter, and then we'll bring it back.
I hope so. Well, if there's any other hacking needs you have, let me know. It was nice to meet you.
I'm sure there will be. I'll use your help if you can offer it. But until then.
Very good. If you come across any more AI that the corporations are working on, any notes, please let me know.
Will do.
And he'll just turn back to his computer and start typing away. Okay.
What a gamer.
You can see on his display that he has code pulled up, and he has several windows open with what looks like the same code, but you're noticing differences. And as you look a little more closely, like this is Dot. Well, we'll just call it Dot. This is Dot's code over time. Like as they accessed it, as the AI chip was developing, the code looked different. And the last window, the furthest along chronologically, is like corrupted code, or at least can't be read. And on another couple monitors are images of the corruption of the moss on Saber. And on another screen is the blueprints of the headset that Aphrodite had made for imitating way powers. So he's got a lot of projects going on.
His little hands into everything, doesn't he?
Sure does. Okay. So that is all I have prepared. Are there any other scenes anyone else want to have? I think Dax, we can pick up with therapy next time. I think thematically that will be valuable to do later.
No, but I do have a couple suggestions for our next
Sure.
thingy.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good call.
So let's do some priority checking. Who is interested in going to Malbow and doing follow-up on our new friend, the robot? Anyone want to do some AI investigation and see what really transpired with him? Okay, nod from Andy.
Be down with that.
A philosopher's pose from Greg.
I mean, whatever. Yeah, I am neither opposed nor in favor of. It just is. That would be fine.
I do have another thing. It was a little drop off that Dax may or may not be interested in, because What's the deal with this grave dust suddenly popping up? My man Norm doesn't like the idea of a new drug just rolling into his hometown and just killing a bunch of people. So he's interested in finding out where that came from and why it's getting pushed when it is so lethal. It's poison on the streets. And he cannot stand that. Any grave dust takers?
I mean, you did say grave dust taker, and I believe that qualifies me.
True.
That's a
Does anyone?
storyline I'd be interested in pursuing as well.
Okay.
Do you have any others
And then
behind that? Do
what?
you have any other ideas?
Yeah, your soul crystal stuff, Chief. We gotta go and rob
Yeah.
one and then turn it into a weapon.
Or
Uh,
sell it and make a lot of money if it's not corrupted.
maybe, just maybe.
Hmm.
Or we could do the whole saber shtick and be like, well, maybe that's connected to Malbao somehow.
Maybe we
mean,
learn a little bit about that when we go there.
Yeah, either way, Malbao would have the info.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, now Nick has something to focus on.
I do.
For his
Thank
prep
you.
work.
Also, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, these I was not seriously considering grave dust as a particular like story beat to follow up on.
Okay.
But that did just give me an idea of something interesting. But otherwise the other three things, the AI stuff, the soul crystal stuff, and the moss degradation, are all things that I was planning on prepping stuff for. So we're on the same page.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm gonna use just real quick spare parts to make the box for IDK.
Perfect. Oh, you're calling them IDK?
I am also going to fit the other two module ports on Arugula. I'm gonna buy a mag pistol, 400 credits. I'll pay full price. I don't care. Worth it for my peace of mind. And 2 batteries. Those will be 2 separate mod bays on Arugula to create a electromagnet designed specifically to kill the AI when the time comes. So,
Oh my god. Okay. Sounds good.
so
All right.
just saying.
Okay. So, really quickly, just for some housekeeping, is everyone good to play next Wednesday, the 21st?
I am not. I will be out of town on vacation. And unfortunately, the Wednesday after that, I will have a work obligation. So I am comfortable with changing dates if we want to play the week after Christmas.
Okay.
But I cannot play the next 2 Wednesdays.
I won't be available the week after Christmas.
Yeah, I also have some family stuff. So I think we're just going to take the next 2 weeks off. And we will be back on the 4th, most likely. I'll double check with everyone here afterwards at some point to make sure the 4th is good. But we're going to take some time off, which I think will be good for all of us to, spend time with family, reset. I know I've been really low energy and just struggling with my depression lately, which has just made prep really difficult. So I think this will be a good time for me to just focus on me and figure out where my creative energy is at with this stuff. So we'll be back in a couple weeks at the new year for this. I do have Grim Streets of Alderstone on Friday the 30th at 6 p.m. Pacific is going to be the start of our finale, which I believe is going to be probably 2 sessions. A 2-session finale. So for those of you who can, tune in for that. Any other shout outs before we go?
No shout outs from me.
Okay.
But
All right.
you'll next see me on Saturday on Greg's stream, as we have a big community event planned.
Yes.
Being a battle royale.
Oh,
Yes.
damn. I
Yeah,
will
There are
definitely be
13 people, I think, signed up,
Mhm.
so it should be fun.
wow.
Nice.
Cool. So for that, is that like all 13 characters will be like in a free for all
Initiative
or
order. Yeah.
oh my god.
I have a whole document about it. I can link to you if you'd like. It's
Yeah.
probably easier to read the rules than to have them explained to you for the next 5 minutes.
I may just forgo that and just tune in and watch
That's fair. Yeah.
the madness, not on your madness, but the players and their combat being utter
I hear you.
madness.
There'll be lots of madness. Make sure it happens.
I'm very excited. All right. Well, we will see everyone next time. Thank you so much for tuning in and subscribing. From all of us here, have a great rest of your holidays and start of your new year. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.